Good morning, my friends, and welcome to another week of Miss Nicole's virtual story time. So today we're going to be venturing into the world of Pete the Cat. So before we get into our story, we're going to be doing our hello song, followed by our books to the ceiling song, and then we're going to shake our sillies out, and then we're going to get into our story. So if you're ready, let's go. So we're going to do our hello song first. So let's get our hello hands out. So remember, they can be tiny waves. They can be really big waves. We want to make sure that we're saying hello to everyone, to all of our friends, our family. So here we go with our hello song, and we're going to do it twice. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, I'm fine. I hope that you are too. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, I'm fine. I hope that you are too. All right, my friends, now we're going to get on to our books to the ceiling song. So we're going to raise both hands up, and we're going to start with books to the ceiling, and then we're going to stretch books to the sky. My pile of books is 10 miles high. How I love them, how I need them. I'll have a long beard by the time I read them. All right, my friends, if you're ready, let's get into this week's story time. And this week's story is Pete the Cat, Pete's Big Lunch. So let's see what kind of big lunch Pete the Cat is going to make. Here comes Pete. Lunch? It is lunchtime. Pete is ready to eat. But what should Pete eat? A sandwich would be nice. So yes, Pete wants a sandwich. So Pete goes and opens the fridge. He takes out a loaf of bread. He finds some yummy fish. He adds a tomato, or if you don't have a tomato, just use ketchup. So we got our tomato and mayo. There. Now we're ready. Now Pete looks at a sandwich. It is too small. Something's missing. Pete knows what it needs. His sandwich needs an apple. Pete loves apples. His sandwich needs crackers. Crackers are crunchy. Pete loves crunchy crackers. Here we got our crackers. Pete looks at his sandwich again. It is still too small. Pete is very hungry. So Pete adds a pickle. Pete adds some cheese. Pete adds an egg. And we have 2 hot dogs. And we have a banana. And a can of beans. There. Something is missing. Pete adds ice cream. Yes! He takes 3 huge scoops of ice cream. Now it's time to make our sandwich. Pete's sandwich is too big for Pete to eat. Pete wonders what to do. Pete thinks and thinks and thinks. I've got it, Pete says. So Pete calls all of his friends. Everyone goes to Pete's house. They are all very hungry. So Pete shows them his big lunch. Are you hungry? Asked Pete. Pete's sandwich is big enough for everyone. Dig in, says Pete. Pete's sandwich was all gone. Pete's friends were full. They liked Pete's big lunch. Thanks for lunch, Pete's friends say. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome, Pete says. Sharing is cool. The end. All right, my friends, you did such a good job listening and playing along with that story. So now we're going to do our Good Books, Good Time song. So let's get a beat. You can clap your hands or slap your legs. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good books, good times, good stories, good rhymes, good beginnings, good ends, good people, good friends, good fiction, good facts, good adventures, good acts, good books, good rhymes, good stories, good times. All right, my friends, good job. I want you guys, for your weekly challenge for this week, is to have a picture taken of either sharing with someone, so maybe sharing with a parent or guardian, brother, sister, or maybe a picture of you and your family making a really, really big lunch. And make sure that you tag the library. All right, friends, that's it for this week's story time. Thank you so much for tuning in and reading and playing along with us. Now, before we go, I want to make sure to remind you all of the 2020 census if you haven't taken it already. So remember, you can respond to the census in up to 13 different languages. So you can do it over the phone, you can do it by mail, or you can even do it online by visiting the website my2020census.gov. So if you got a letter to respond to the census, you should have a code for you to respond. If you didn't, you can still respond by using your address. So again, just because you didn't get a letter to respond to the census doesn't mean you can't or you shouldn't respond. So remember, the more people respond, the better funding and representation we have for the next 10 years. So again, that website to respond is my2020census.gov. It should only take about 10 minutes, so if you have 10 minutes to spare, make sure you complete the 2020 census. You have until October. All right, my friends, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Have a good week. Bye.